door. Hop Singh's got lunch ready for us, but first, let's take a look at that ag weather for the region. Neighbor, we're going to use Giddings, Texas today because it's right in the middle of down on the farm country. Oh, let's say more clouds than sun today. 67 the high, 58 the low, a 70% chance of moisture, 10 or 11 points. Saturday, a thunderstorm and some showers. 63 the high, 38 the low, almost a 90% chance of moisture, and maybe 38 or 39 points of moisture. Neighbor, let's take a look at those commodities of ag interest, remembering this is just a snapshot of a price in time. March corn, $4.35 even money, up 2 1/4. March beans, $12.15 3/4, up 10 1/4. Bean meal for March, $403.20, up 5.80. March Kansas City hard red winter wheats down 4 at 5.66 even money. March number 2 cotton down 23 at 76.96. February live cattle up a dime, 114.55. March feeder cattle down 32.50, 142.27. February lean hogs up a nickel, 65.55. March U.S. dollar index up 309 points at 90.05. February gold down to $1,888.30 by the ounce, while February West Texas intermediate crudes up 75 at 49.29. Neighbor, there's your commodities of ag interest. Neighbor, now here's today's featured ag news story from one of our network providers.
Expectations for livestock as the winter of 2020-2021 begins next week. I'm Tom Nicoletti with Texas News and Views from the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. More in a minute.
After my first car accident, I feared the biggest damage would be to my wallet. I expected a mountain of bills and a long, drawn-out process. But my Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent was there when I needed her and helped me get back on my feet and in my car in no time. Instead of a hassle, I got reassurance and a quick recovery.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an agent who's there when you need them most. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
You're looking for soybeans that give you the yield you want. But when it comes to fighting your toughest weeds, you also need flexibility. Introducing Extend Flex soybeans. Elite genetics with triple tolerance to dicamba, glyphosate, and glufosinate. The yield you want, the choice you need. Learn more at extendflexsoy.com. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
My guest today is Tracy Tomasic. He is Texas Farm Bureau Associate Director for Commodity and Regulatory Activities. And winter is upon us, Tracy. And what does it look like from what you're hearing and seeing for Texas livestock, cattle, sheep, and goats, and what they have out there to eat, supplemental feeding? It's going to be a long winter.
Thanks, Tom, and I hate to say it, but unfortunately, as we transition into the winter months, things are dry and conditions, we'd really like them to be in a lot better shape at this time. Unfortunately, if you look at that drought monitor, Texas is pretty colorful in bad ways. West Texas has been experiencing prolonged drought conditions in extreme and exceptional categories, and it hasn't changed. But I think the worst part of it is as you move east across the state in areas that generally, on a normal year, are in good forage condition. It's not necessarily the stake this year.
What about hay supplies for those livestock producers who certainly have to feed their animals out there in the cold winter months?
We've got a couple of months ahead of us until we get into some spring grazing for your pasture and range operations, and those folks are unfortunately already into their winter hay supplies and may have been doing it for an extended period of time already. There are parts in central Texas and in South Texas that have been working through the stocks of hay for quite a bit of time already. The good part about it, though, is we had a decent summer from the standpoint of producing hay across the state in a lot of areas anyway. There has been some hay stored up, but they're eating through it in an early stage this year.
Tracy, you referenced the Texas Drought Monitor, and from the Panhandle down to the Rio Grande Valley into central and east Texas, a lot of abnormally dry, moderate drought, severe drought areas, and certainly that has to take a toll on stock tanks for the livestock as well.
Yeah, there are a lot of places across the state where cleanliness and of the water that's available in stock tanks is being questioned. So farmers and ranchers are having to take stock in that, develop alternative plans. Obviously, that puts a toll on our water supply, and then the effort and the work and the time required to get it provided to stock cattle that are generally out on the range and can help themselves in a normal year without this sort of a condition.
Much of this has to do with the La Nina weather pattern that has blanketed Texas and many of the states in the southwestern U.S.
Everybody's experiencing the same conditions, and unfortunately, the forecast looking ahead shows that it's not going to change very much as we move forward into the coldest part of the year. In preparation for that, farmers and ranchers are putting pencil to paper and trying to make the best of the situation. It's not something we're unfamiliar with, but it's certainly something that nobody wants to deal with and has to react under these circumstances.
That is Texas Farm Bureau livestock specialist Tracy Tomasic.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
This is Texas News and Views. I'm Tom Nicoletti with the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Neighbor, it's time for Hop Sing to feed us lunch, and guess who's joined us? That little country ball of fire from Lockhart Livestock, Madison Bexley. They sell every Thursday. Maddie, good morning to you. How did you sell them this week?
Morning, Larry. We had a good day. We ended up with 1501 with 301 cows and 25 bulls, 186 sellers, and 106 buyers. I think that's a record.
Yeah, that's a bunch. Let's walk the pins.
Sure. On the stocker cows, we got along real good. We had a lot to pick from this week. The good pairs would have brought from 1050 to 1400. The mediocre and middle-aged from 650 to 1,000. The good bred cows from 8 to 1075. The mediocre and middle-aged from 450 to 775. The lightweight, the plain, and the longhorn cows from 250 to 4 1/4. The packer cows and bulls would have been 3 to 5 higher. The good high-yielding cows from 48 to 61.5. The medium yielding from 40 to 47. The low yielding and lightweights from 18 to 39. The good high-yielding packer bulls from 80 to 91. The low and medium yielding from 55 to 79. Calves and yearlings sold real good with most classes 4 to 6 or even 8 higher on a real active market. The quality of the cattle yesterday for the most part was real good, and that's the class with the most players. So all in all, we had a real good day.
Good, and that's the last sale for the year.
Yes, sir. We want to wish all of our customers a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we hope to see them back on January the 7th.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, you can always check us out on Facebook, or you can call the barn at 512-398-3476. My cell phone at 979-540-9793. Or you can ring Bubba at 512-461-6091.
There's that little country ball of fire, Madison Bexley. Y'all have a Merry Christmas, Maddie.
Same to you, Larry.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm on the line with Sam from D&D. Sam, what do you want to tell us about today?
Larry, right now we're having a sale, huge blowout sale of 2096 Stay Tough deer wire for only $359.
How long does the sale go on, Sam?
It's going to go on for the end of the month or while supplies last.
Tell everybody how to contact you at D&D.
You can contact one of our friendly staff members at 830-379-7340.
We're on the line with Russell Heller from Lexington Livestock Commission Company discussing what the last sale of the year is going to be like this Saturday. Russell, what's it looking like?
Yes, sir. I know 3 or 4 sets of calves, anywhere from 15 to probably 30 head apiece.
Do you have an idea of what you'll probably end up with, maybe?
I'm going to say probably about 1,000 this week.
What's the condition like on the cattle?
They're getting a little bit thinner. The conditions on them's getting thinner because it's dry. So, no green grass right now for them to eat, but hopefully we'll get a rain this weekend and get something going.
You got many cows coming?
No, sir, just a regular run of cows.
Tell everybody what time you start and when that next sale in 2021 is going to be.
Yes, sir. Sale starts at 12 noon on Saturday, and the first sale is going to be January the 9th, isn't it?
I believe it's the 9th. All right. Well, Russell, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Yes, sir. You can get me on my cell, and that number is 979-820-7002.
I'm on the line with Stephen. He's in the outside sales department at D&D. Stephen, when I look out there, I see lots of deer blinds and feeders. Talk to us about them.
Larry, now is the time to get a blind or a feeder from us here. We carry All Seasons, Lamco, The Judge. We also carry Atascosa and T-Box deer blinds.
Tell everybody how to contact you at D&D.
You can reach us here at 830-379-7340, extension 260.
We're on the line with Leroy Kruger. Leroy, how are you today?
Oh, not too bad. Looked like wintertime came back, kind of
Yeah.
cooled off.
Yeah, it did. I bet the bulls are liking that, aren't they?
Yeah, everybody likes it, I think.
What kind of bulls you got to offer this week?
Oh, Larry, we got in some more, some black Simmental bulls and some black baldies. Had some few red Angus come in and some Angus bulls come in on the road. I guess it was Sunday. Monday, I guess it was. We got test all results back and got them shipped down here. So we got a nice set of Charolais and Whole Herefords and Horn Herefords, and just got a little variety around here.
Good. Well, tell everybody if they need a bull before Christmas or New Year's how to get one.
They can catch me on the mobile at 830-570-0660.
Man, we appreciate you, and we'll talk with you
Yes,
next
sir.
Friday.
Thank you, Larry. Have a great one.
You
Bye.
too. Bye-bye. I'm on the line with Cole. Cole, I've got lots of wormy cattle and horses on my place. I bet you can help me out because you're from D&D, right?
Yes, sir. Here at the store, we have all your dewormer solutions in one spot. We carry drenches, pour-ons, paste, injectables, and even feed-through pellets. We got all the names that everyone loves, like Ivermec and Safeguard, as well as Ivermax and Dectomax. And for all the horse lovers, we do have a wide range of dewormers.
Cole, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Well, you can call up to the store and ask for Cole in the tack department, or if you're in the area, just mosey on in and I'll get you fixed up.
We're on the line with Carl Herman from Caldwell Livestock Commission Company. Carl, how did our Wednesday sale turn out?
You know, we had a good end of the year sale. Had 1,150 head on a higher calf market, steady cow market, for 155 consigners and 51 buyers. We had over 165 cows and bulls. Slaughter cows 30 to 55, slaughter bulls 60 to 78, stocker cows 500 to 1175, and pairs 675 to 1275. On the calves, steer-wise, 2 to 3 weights brought 160 to 190, 3 to 4 weights 155 to 197, 4 to 5 weights 150 to 175, 5 to 6 weight steers 135 to 165, 6 to 7 weights 116 to 131, 7 to 8 weights 102 to 120. On the heifers, 2 to 3 weights 140 to 160, 3 to 4 weight heifers brought 136 to 187, 4 to 5 weights 130 to 170, 5 to 6 weight heifers 120 to 137, 6 to 7 weights 108 to 130, and the 7 to 8 weight heifers $1 to $1.31. Overall, had a good set of cows and calves. Buyers were active. Looks like next year, according to the futures board, things are looking up pretty good. So I look forward to a prosperous 2021.
Good. I know you want to thank your customers for their business and tell them happy holidays, and then tell them how to get a hold of you.
You bet. Everybody out there listening, we appreciate your business from the Herman family. Have a safe and merry holidays, Christmas and New Year's, and we'll see you back January the 6th. You can call me at 979-820-5349 or call the barn at 567-4119. For the Giddings and surrounding area, call Max Ebner, 540-8676.
Carl, thank you a bunch. We'll talk to you maybe during the holiday.
Sure. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, 800-288-4453. Corpus area Milo in December, March plus 250, $12.19. We'll call Progresso $11. Yellow corn through Corpus in December, March plus 45 for $77 and a quarter. We'll call Progresso $10.15 by the hundredweight. Hard red winter wheat through Corpus in December, March plus 70, $6.40. Calling Houston, March plus 95, $6.65. We'll call Houston beans. December delivery, January plus 10, $12.11 and a quarter. Calling Placido, January less 60, $11.41 and a quarter. 11,388 bale of East Texas cotton, 19,536 bale of West. 30,924 across the state for Thursday. Average price, let's call it neighbor, $72. Wait a minute, $73, almost $74. Neighbor, that's it for Down on the Farm. I'm Larry Marble. Make it a good Friday.